Students online, all of you all, a very good afternoon, everybody. Very good afternoon. Welcome to today's Unit 1 class. I hope all of you all are keeping fine, doing good. Guys, girls, all of you all, our syllabus completion for the first term has come to an end. Okay, we had topic 1, 2, and 3 done, and we have 3 more topics to complete, which we will start in December. Okay, so everybody, for your first term exam happening at the end of November, it will be topic 1, 2, and 3 here. So I'll be taking past paper questions, putting them together and giving you a paper. Okay. So everybody, when it comes to practicing for your exam, practice all the past paper questions we have done. I have given you all chapter wise, right? I have given you all topic 12 past paper questions, not topic 12, and topic 1, topic 2, topic 3. I have given them to you all separately, right? The best practice for your exam would be attempting those questions and comparing your answer with the marking scheme. Okay. Right, guys, girls, everybody. Now, there are still many questions remaining which I haven't completed. So I want to try and complete as much as I can. I have noted down some questions. Okay, so let's get moving. So everybody, topic number 3, part 2. Topic 3, part 2. I have noted down some questions I want to do with you all. Can you all come to topic 3, part 2, question 457. So can we start with question number 4? Hurry boys, come in front. Question number 4. Let's come all the way over here. We did that, no? I think I haven't updated my... Give me a second, please. Give me a second. I haven't updated my... Give me a second, please. I haven't... Everybody, topic 3, part 3, can you open up, please? Topic 3, part 3. Topic 3, part 3. I'll tell you all the numbers now. Topic 3, part 3, where is it? Not this. Not this. Topic 3, part 3, question number 3, please. Topic 3, part 3, question number 3. Can we scroll all the way? I mean, can you all turn your pages and get there? Topic 3, yeah. Question number 3, yes, sir. So everybody, let's look at me and let's start talking now. So everybody over here, it says over here, explain one risk other than malware to customer data stored online. So one risk is malware, and malware has already been taken. What are the other risks that exist? Loss of data. Okay, so what do you mean by loss? How does the loss take place? So the loss can happen through malware. Malware can enter the servers and corrupt all the data. That answer is already taken. It can get hacked. Okay, hacking can take place, right? So hackers can basically break into the server and steal the data. Very much possible. Okay, so shall I note it down over here? Hacking of data can take place. Okay, hacking of data can take place where the data stored on servers, stored on online server, where customer data stored on online servers could be stolen by hackers. Right. So Hacking of data can take place where customer data stored on online servers could be stolen by hackers. Any other risk? Now they have asked only for one. Any other risk you can tell me? Ransomware. What does ransomware do? Encrypts the data. Okay. So what data gets transmitted? Data gets affected or stored data gets affected? Stored data, isn't it? Okay. So they have asked only for one. I'm going to mention one more. Okay. Another security risk is, but ransomware is a malware, no? Ransomware is a malware, no? One type of malware is ransomware. So we can't mention it again, but let's just note it to ourselves. I won't write it. Don't write it because when you're revising, you might be confused. Okay. They have already mentioned the answer malware. So we can't take ransomware over here again. Okay. Anything else? Another security risk, guys? Accidental, a company, sorry? Deletion, accidental deletion is another security risk, right? Customer data could get accidentally deleted, isn't it? Which is why now they haven't asked a solution. They have only asked the risk. Okay. So another risk is accidental deletion where customer data could be deleted mistakenly. Okay. Another problem could be hardware failure, hardware completely failing and you losing all your customer data. Okay. Shall we have a look at the marking scheme and see what are the answers they have come up with? Everybody, question number 3. If you have a look at question 3, you can see there are answers like phishing. We never thought about phishing. Okay. So a phishing email may allow a hacker to get user credentials and then be allowed to log on to the system. A sacked employee may leave a backdoor into the system. An employee who is angry with the organization who has been sacked, he may intentionally give out his login details to a hacker. So a hacker would be able to steal those details. Okay. A hacker may use an exploit to get into the system and encrypt the data for ransom. Now, look at the other side. What have they said? Do not accept malware or any subset of malware. Okay. Encrypting the data is known as ransomware, which is why I didn't take that answer. Now here they are saying accept it here and then they're saying don't accept it here. So let's avoid the third answer. Okay. Okay. Shall I move away from here? Everybody all understood how phishing can be a problem, right? Using phishing, who will they trick? The customer or the company? In a phishing attack, the hacker can trick a customer in giving out his login details. And then the hacker can use those login details to access the company's database of customer details. You get it? Okay. A hacker can trick a customer into giving out his Dara's details, into giving out his Dara's login details. Then the hacker can use that to log into Dara's online account and then carry out whatever activity he wants. Okay. That's what they mean by a phishing attack. Okay. All right. Let's move away from here. Next, we have question number 4. Question number 3, 4, 8, and 9. 3, 4, 8, and 9. So let's have a look at question number 4. It says a 6-marker question. Okay, let's do it properly. So everyone over here, can you all read with me? I'll increase the font size also. Read the question below. So the question goes on to say, the museum staff are concerned that hackers might gain unauthorized access to the system via the internet. It's a valid concern. Explain what measures could be taken to reduce the threat of hackers from the internet. So what can be done to reduce the threat of hackers? What are the methods you all know of? Come on. Use VPN. You mean, okay, using VPN. Now, what can the museum do? We're talking about the museum staff now. Now, we do not know if the museum staff are working from home or not. So VPN doesn't really apply here. If they say the staff are working from home and they want to protect the network, then we can say yes, use VPN when logging onto the network. But okay, anyway, what are the other answers you can think of? Installing, enabling a strong firewall. I'll mention firewall here. This is my mind map. When I write my answers, I'll first explain what is a firewall, what it does, and how we should be treating it. Something else? So a firewall is like a security guard now. At the entrance itself, it's there, checking all the traffic that is coming in and going out. So firewall is a valid answer. Anything else? If the hacker manages to get in, you still don't want him to understand your data. So you would want to enable encryption. Okay, encryption. Anything else? Come on, guys. Firewall, encryption. Think about the online systems you log into. How have they protected it? How have they secured them? Passwords. But you all know password is not the best. Username and password not the best. So we said what to implement. Boys, we said username and password not the best. So ask them one more question. Multi-factor authentication. Multi-factor authentication. All right. Anything else? Anything else, guys? A hacker could also, what do you call, corrupt data. To prevent corruption of data, what would you use? A hacker could send a malware to corrupt the data on the server, on the museum's system. It might get through the firewall. So you would also have what on the system? Anti-malware, like what? Anti-malware like antivirus, anti-spyware, anti-adware. You would have all this. Okay. Then what about if you actually lost your data? It's a loss, but you can recover it quickly if you have done regular backups. Regular backups. Okay, that's enough for us. I want to just see something in what the examiner tells us. Question number 4 now. Everyone, can you all see how you all score that 5 to 6 marks? Demonstrates accurate and relevant knowledge and understanding throughout. What do you mean by that? You know the point, you're able to explain it, and you have a thorough understanding. Thorough understanding means what? You have examples to support it. Okay, you can prove to the examiner you have a proper understanding when you can give an example to support your point. Okay, and then read the next point. Applies understanding coherently. Coherently means there's a proper order being maintained. Okay, and it's balanced and fully developed discussion. That's how you achieve this 5 to 6 marks. So shall we get started then? That's why I put a mind map so that we can plan and write our answer. So let's have only 3 points. Okay, 3 is more than enough. Okay, which 3 shall we take? Which 3 are we confident in talking about? I have an example for it as well. You mean, which ones do you have examples for? VPN, shall we remove? VPN, I'm removing it. Okay, I don't feel it's a strong point. Firewall, I feel it's strong. Encryption, I feel it's strong. Username and password is not the best. Okay, multi-factor authentication, good. Anti-malware, good. Regular backups, good. You need to choose. What do you think? Firewall, okay. Can you properly explain what a firewall does? Prevents unauthorized access by inspecting data packets. Okay. Encryption also, I think we can talk about it quite well. What's the third one we'll take? Regular backups. Okay, I'm asking the question, I'm answering it. Come on, guys, give me some support, Vilu. Okay, say something. Natika, you're just looking at me. No, come on, say something. Multi-factor authentication, you want to go with that? Okay. Right. So everybody we agreed on firewall now. We'll start with firewall then. Okay. So let's give a short introduction over here. Boys, girls, let's give a short introduction over here. Let's say over here, what shall we say? Many measures can be taken to reduce, to minimize the threat of hackers. Firstly, a strong firewall must be implemented on the museum's network, since a firewall can prevent unauthorized access from taking place by inspecting all data packets that enter and exit a network. And everybody, it's not enough to just put a firewall. What are the two types of firewalls we learned of? Software firewall is where you put it on every device in the network. And then the other one is a hardware firewall. Hardware firewall is generally connected to the server or to the router. It's placed at the entrance of your network. No need to talk about that, but you can't just have a firewall. No, you need to regularly. Every day, hackers are finding newer ways to break in, newer ways to disguise the data packets to look like it's useful data. So you need to regularly update your firewall. Firewall needs to be regularly updated so it knows how to deal with newer threats. Okay? Since a firewall can prevent unauthorized access from taking place by inspecting all data packets that enter and exit the network, the firewall's rules must be regularly updated as well, so that it can deal with newer risks. Okay, then let's move on to, we are in topic number 3, part 3, okay? Then let's move on to the next one. After firewall, we said, you know what, we're going to talk about encryption, no? Okay, next, encryption should be enabled on all data stored within the museum's system. Okay, what does encryption do? Encryption would, what does encryption do, boys? Boys, what would encryption do? It would scramble the data into an unreadable format. Encryption would scramble the stored data into an unreadable format. Encryption would scramble the stored data into an unreadable format. So even if a hacker manages to get through the firewall, he would not be able to understand the stored data. Okay? The third one is What did we agree on, sir? What's going on? What did we agree on the third one? Multi-factor authentication. So how do we write that? So multi-factor authentication is for the users on the system, right? The users on the system should access the system not only with a password. They should be using multi-factor authentication. So password and which one do you choose? Sorry? You mean OTP through email, OTP through SMS, or biometric? Okay, you choose whichever. Finally, you can also say finally, multi-factor authentication should be enabled for all users logging into the museum system. Okay, where they must initially enter the correct password of their account Okay, so initially they'll have to enter the correct password followed by an OTP which would be sent to their device via email or SMS. Okay, where they must initially enter the correct password of their account followed by entering a one-time password that would be sent to their device via email or SMS. Not only email, SMS, via email, SMS, or a third-party app. Okay, so we went in order. We first spoke about entering the network, then we spoke about the data stored on the network, then we spoke about end users accessing the system, how to protect it. Okay. Are we all good, everybody? Sounds good. All right, we're going to move away from here. All of y'all, guys, lots of questions today, only questions today. Okay. Because we finished what we have to do now. We have to finish the questions, right? And even today, I don't think I'll finish all the questions. So next week again, I'll finish whatever I haven't finished. Okay. Right, boys, girls, everybody, shall we move then? Okay, so I said question number 8, no, next. Question 4 and question 8 and 9. Okay. Shall we move on to question 8? Boys, why don't you all look at the marking scheme now, please, for question 4? Everybody read the marking scheme for question 4. See if there was anything we never spoke about in class. We never thought of that answer. Anything like that there? Not you. You don't have it or left it at home? Okay. Note down the question number and the tute number. Anything I didn't talk about in class or you all didn't talk about in class? Come on, I'm sure there should be at least one answer we never thought of. Switch off internet access when system is not in? Practically not a good idea, right? Switching off the system when not in use and all is, I wouldn't say it's the best of ideas. Okay, that's an answer that the examiner has accepted. Anything else like that, which we never thought of? Nothing else?
Ethical hackers to probe the system to leak
Very
code.
nice. Lovely. Everyone heard what he said? Hire white hackers, ethical hackers to purposely break into the system and tell you the shortcomings of the system, tell you what are the problems in the system so you can fix them. You get it? Understood that point, right, Shimar, all of you? Okay, you hire ethical hackers to purposely break into your system, and then they will advise you how they will not advise you, they will tell you how they broke in, and then you will come up with solutions on how to fix it. Okay, nothing else? Okay, then right. Let's move away from here. Question number 8, please. Okay, question number 8. Ayatum, we are moving up. Question 8 says, after meeting with a client, an accountant rests in a local park. She had this question shouldn't be here. You all tell me where do you think it should be. Okay, I'll read the question and then you all tell me. She needs to store her meeting notes in the cloud. The notes are on her laptop. Describe how she can use her device to store her meeting notes in the cloud. Is this really about cloud storage or is it about something else? It's about setting up a network, right? This should be in topic 2. Okay, this shouldn't be here. I think I just saw the word cloud and kept it in the cloud chapter. This actually belongs to topic number 2, right? So how can she do it? She's in the park. She wants to upload her notes to the cloud. She has a smartphone. She has a laptop. What can she do? Turn on hotspot where? From her smartphone, enable hotspot and then connect the laptop to the hotspot using Wi-Fi. Okay. So shall we first mention the smartphone should have a cellular connection or a broadband connection. Agree? Okay. Using her, you can say she can share her smartphone's broadband connection. She can share her smartphone's broadband connection, okay, with her laptop via hotspot or tethering. Via tethering. She can do this by enabling hotspot on her smartphone or by enabling tethering on her smartphone and then connecting to her smartphones and then connecting her laptop to her smartphone's broadband connection via Wi-Fi. Once this is done, she can now access the internet on her laptop and upload. The answer became a little too long. And upload the notes to the cloud. Okay. Question 9, okay? So everybody, this is how it works. Okay, she'll have to enable tethering on her smartphone. Okay. Right, let's move away from here, everybody. Guys, today after the break, I'm planning on having the online quiz with you all. Okay, topic 3 is online quiz. Topic 3 or 4? Topic 3. Okay, 20-minute quiz. I forgot to remind you all on the group, but I did tell you all last week. Okay, just give it a try and see, okay? Right, let's move on, everybody, from here. Let's move on. Everybody, question number 9. There you go, another 6 marker for you all. Okay, read this question, guys. Mobile devices use apps for playing media files. Mobile devices use apps for playing media files. Media files means what? What are media files? Videos and photos and audio, okay? Media covers images, video and audio, okay? Some of these apps send the media files to the cloud for processing. Discuss the advantages and disadvantages of using cloud computing for processing data in this way. Advantages and disadvantages of using cloud computing, okay, for media files. So what would you guys like to tell me? So I'll take the notepad over here. Let's start with advantages. Let's start with disadvantages. What can you guys think of? I'll give a disadvantage. The most obvious disadvantage with any cloud computing is you need only accessible when internet is available. Only accessible when internet is available. Okay, right. Now you all add to it, will you? I'll put it in short words now. Saves on local storage space. Saves on local storage. Okay, so saves on local storage space. Right, go on. You're saving on local storage space. The media file is not being stored on your local storage, it's being stored on the cloud. Right, something else? Can be accessed from any device, okay? Can be accessed from any device. For whom? Don't you think that covers saves on local storage space? Kind of, no? Something else? Or you can modify your answer to say what? If it's on the cloud. If it's on the cloud. Very nice. It's on the cloud. Can multiple users watch the same file at the same time? Yes. Can multiple people edit it at the same time? Might be possible. What do we call this? Collaborative working. Collaborative working. Okay, now we're talking about a video, so we will not say collaborative working. We will say multiple users can stream the same media file at the same time from their own devices. Okay, anything else? Yeah.
Constant updates.
Constant updates. What do you mean by constant update? It's actually an advantage, no? Updates are done on the server. You don't have to worry about any updates, no? When you download an app, every time they release an update, you have to see and update it. But when it's a cloud computing application, updates are done on the server. You always get the latest version. That's actually an advantage. No need to worry about updates. Okay. What did you say? Automated backups. Automated backups. Come on, disadvantage now. Let's enough with advantages. Low bandwidth, poor bandwidth can create a. If your bandwidth is low, users are going to get what? The user will get. Yeah, buffering will get frustrated. It can be very annoying. Okay, poor user experience. if bandwidth is low. Anything else you like to tell me? Sorry? Discontinued. Less control as in? So this is not data storage. No? This is cloud computing. It's an application. When it's cloud storage, you have less control over how the files are stored and how they are protected and all that, isn't it? Hmm. Yeah, vulnerable. Anything with internet is vulnerable to cyber attacks, isn't it? Anything to do with the internet is vulnerable to cyber attacks. Okay. Data safety concerns. This is there with anything that deals with the internet. Right, let's get started then. So everybody, boys, girls, shall we start it? So shall we first explain what is cloud computing to show the examiner we know what we are talking about? Okay. When data is being processed, okay, you can say cloud computing refers to the processing of an app taking place fully on a server computer. Okay. So now we are we don't get marks for this. So shall we start off with an advantage? We'll start off with an advantage and then immediately counter it with a disadvantage. Sounds good? So 2 advantages, 2 disadvantages. Okay. So we'll start off with an advantage like this. You can say cloud computing. Which one are we going with? Everybody give me a second. We're going to go with this. Can be accessed from any device. And how shall we counter it? Only when internet is available. Okay. Right. Let's get started. Cloud computing would allow users to process their media files Cloud computing will allow users to process their media files from any device at any location, bringing about a lot of what? This particular feature brings about what? You can use any device to do what you want to do. Shall I say convenience? Brings about a lot of convenience. You can do it from any device. Okay? Brings about a lot of convenience to the user. However, an internet connection is required for cloud computing. Further, a low bandwidth can lead to a very frustrating experience for the user when processing when trying to access media files on the cloud. Okay, so we gave an advantage and we immediately countered it with a disadvantage. Okay. So we said lots of convenience. However, it's all dependent on an internet connection, not just any internet connection. You need an internet connection with a good bandwidth. Now let's bring about another advantage and then counter that also with a disadvantage. Okay, the next advantage that we are going to take is we can talk about should I talk about automated backups or should I talk about saves on local storage space? Should I talk about that? Okay, we'll talk about saving on local storage space. Okay. And then how shall we counter it with data safety concerns? Okay, so we can then go on to say next, media files are generally very big in size. Media files are generally big in size, especially when they are videos. So cloud computing would allow the user to save on local storage space. So cloud computing would allow the user to save on local storage space. Okay. So cloud computing would allow the user to save on local storage space. However, when data is stored on servers, the user has very little control over the data and the stored data is prone to cyber attacks such as hacking. Okay, however, the problem is when you have data stored on servers, you have very little control over how the data is protected. You just have to have hope and belief that the server provider is, protecting it for you. And next, guys, so this is question 9, right? So then we move on to topic 3, part 2, question 6. Topic 3, part 2, question 6. Done with this? Okay, everybody. Topic 3, part 2, question 6. So I'm closing this now. Topic 3, part 2, boys. Topic 3, part 2, boys. Question number 6, please. Let's move all the way down to question 6. Yeah. Boys, employees are encouraged to be members of professional online communities. Okay? Give one positive and one negative impact. What could happen of employees using online communities during work time? What do you all think, guys? What's a positive impact, something good that can come out of allowing employees to use online communities during work time? Sorry? Easy to collaborate. We didn't say workspace. Sorry? Okay, they can connect with individuals who are already experts in this field. Okay, can be a distraction. Okay, boys, are you all with me? Adil, all of you all. One positive can be what? They can seek help. They can seek professional advice, guidance from those who are experts in the field that they are already in. Okay. So everyone over here, we can start off with employees can connect with professionals in the field that they work in and receive useful advice on how to be more productive in their work, how to be more productive in their work. Okay. So for example, a software engineer, a software developer could join online communities of other software developers, and he can, what do you call, receive advice on how to, improve his code, be more efficient in his code, solve compatibility issues. Okay. This is a major positive impact. A negative impact, however, is it can be a major distraction, number one. Another one can be through these communities, sometimes what happens? Cyberbullying, and that can lead to distress. Okay. Something else? Sometimes through these online communities, you are connected with whom? Software developers are connecting with software developers. So what happens sometimes? Another software developer might hire one of your employees to come and work with them. How did they find the job? They found the job using your device, using your internet. Thanks to you, they found a job and they left you. That can be another major problem, right? What you provided for them backfired upon you. Agreed? If you can write that answer, that will be great. Okay, so you can say, we'll talk about a distraction. You can say over here, it can be a major source of distraction, okay, which can lead to employees not being very productive in their workspace. Okay. Did you all read the marking scheme, everybody? Question 6 marking scheme. Question 6 marking scheme says answers like employee could get help. We spoke about that. Could find better resources. Could be up to date on new products. Promotes the image of the agency. Then we spoke about being unproductive, distracted. May find other employment opportunities. That is there. Employees could give away or reveal sensitive information about the company. Okay, very much possible. One developer will tell another developer, just show me your code, show me how you developed it. So company valuable information will be shared with other users on the community here. All right, shall we move away from here to question number 7, everybody? Question 7, please. Question 6, question 12, sorry, question 12. Question 6, question 12, and question 13. Can we move down to question number 12 then? Question 12 says, a carpenter is a member of an online professional community. The carpenter logs onto the community website. The carpenter sees a targeted advertisement for 50% off nails at a shop near the carpenter's location. Describe the process that delivers the advertisement. So everybody, all the ads you see are based on your only location? Sorry? Based on your personal interest only? Its location, personal interest, demographics. So what do you call the tool that's collecting all this information about you? We call it cookies, right? Okay, now compile your answer and tell me. Yes, cookies are used. So we can say initially, where are cookies stored? Cookies are stored on your computer or on the server's computer? Cookies are stored on your computer. The cookie will be stored on your computer. Okay, that's why when you go to clear your history, you can clear cache, you can clear cookies, you can clear passwords. Cookies are stored on your computer. So when you access a server, the server reads the cookie on your computer and then decides what content to show you. You get it? Okay, so how shall we write our answer? Describe the process. So you can say cookies on the carpenter's device. Cookies on the carpenter's device would collect data about the carpenter's interests. Okay, would collect data about the carpenter's interests. Okay, then online communities or servers of online communities would read every user's cookie data in order to decide what content to show every user. Can you add one more word if you all have space? Would collect data about the carpenter's interests and location. We'll mention location also here. Okay, then we can go on to say servers of online communities would read every user's cookie data in order to decide what content to show every user. So users are not seeing random data. Boys over there, I feel like that place is not a good idea for four of you all. Come on, you all should be writing now. Okay, servers of online communities would read every user's cookie data in order to decide what content to show every user. Then guys, question number 13 also please. Okay, question 13 everybody. A plumber uses a search engine to find a local firm renting small diggers. The search results are ordered. The top search results are shown in figure 3. Do you all see? They are both ads, isn't it? Both of them are ads. Explain one way this form of monetization works. How does this work in terms of monetization? Everybody? Pay-per-click. We call this pay-per-click where the advertiser pays whom? Not the browser. Come on. The search results. So they are paying whom? Internet provider. Where do you see search results? Where do you go to search for information? Search engine, isn't it? You go to a search engine to search for information, right? So what has happened over here? The advertiser has paid the search engine to display his website links for a set number of. Now, when you tell Google Ads to display your site, what do you have to tell them? Display it for anything that people search for, or will you tell them certain what? So say for example, if you are running a mobile phone store, if somebody searches for what do you call mobile phone repairs, do you want your website to come up? No, because you don't do phone repairs. If somebody searches for what do you call places to buy a laptop in Sri Lanka, do you want your website to show up? Answer is no. When do you want your website to show up? When do you want your website to appear at the top? When the user searches for things like what? You're selling mobile phones. That's what you do. That's what your website does. So when do you want your website to show up? Guys, come on. I'm asking you a simple question, man. When do you all want the website when do you all want your links to show up? When people search about buying phones, when people search about phones, basically, yeah. When people search about buying a phone, you want your website to show up at top. So what would you do? What would you tell the search engine? You would say for certain words, I want my website to show up, right? What do we call those words? So you will say if somebody types iPhone, if somebody types buy iPhone, if somebody types Samsung, if somebody puts the word Samsung Sri Lanka, I want my website to show up. So what do we call these words? Keywords. We did this in Unit 2 as well. Okay, you would define the keywords that you want your website to show up for. So all of you with me? Guys online, you will define the keywords. So what shall we write over here? You can say the advertiser, whoever is advertising these links, the advertiser would pay the search engine to have his website links, displayed at the top for certain keywords. Okay, the advertiser would pay the search engine to have his website links displayed at the top for certain keywords. The advertiser would be charged when? Would be charged every time. When does the advertiser get charged? Pay per click. So when does the advertiser get charged? Every time somebody clicks on his website link, isn't it? The advertiser would be charged every time a user clicks on his website links in the search results. This method is known as pay per click. This method is known as pay per click. All good? So guys, what we'll do is we'll break now 1:15 when we come back. Once again, we'll do the class until 1:40 and then 1:40 2 o'clock, you all can do your online exam. Okay, because the next question I want to do is a diagram. It'll take some time. Right. So over here, if you all can come down to, I said question number 9, no? Question 9, please. Yeah, everybody, can you all read this with me? Question 9. Ananya wants to set up a lighting system for her house. The system will use a Zigbee network. Do you all even remember what Zigbee is all about? Boys, girls? So over here, it goes on to say, why is it not going? Ananya has 10 lighting panels. Everyone are looking here. There are 10 lighting panels. There is a Zigbee coordinator to manage all these panels. And there are 4 routers to connect them all together, to connect them to each other basically. The lighting system will be controlled from the PC through a USB connection, a smartphone using Wi-Fi. Draw and label a Zigbee network diagram for the lighting system. Use this plan of Ananya's house. So you can see there are 4 rooms here, 2 big rooms, 2 small rooms. Okay. So first, guys, we have 10 lighting panels. How shall we break these lighting panels? There are 10 that need to be distributed across 4 rooms. 2 are big, 2 are smaller. So what shall we do? Shall I put 3 in the big rooms and 2 in the small rooms? Shall I do something like that? So everybody, if you all don't have a pencil, then observe after I finish drawing, you all can draw. So I'll draw a lighting panel over here. Okay, so we'll have lighting panel. I'll say everyone over here, this will be my lighting panel, LP. This will be another lighting panel, LP. This will be another lighting panel, LP. Over here we have again 3 lighting panels, LP, LP, LP. Then over here we have 2, LP, LP. Okay. Right, we have our 10 lighting panels. Now, boys, girls, can you all tell me? We're talking about a Zigbee network now. So we have, how do you connect these lighting panels together? The lighting panels will all communicate with each other using a what? Everybody? You have 10 lighting panels, you have a Zigbee coordinator, and you have 4 routers. So lighting panels will talk to each other using, how do we connect them together to talk to each other? Boys, you all can see the equipment that's available, right? What do you all have remaining? Coordinator and routers. Which one will we take now? Exactly, you will take routers now. So each room place one router. Okay. Each room you place one router. So over here, I have my router over here R. So this will be connected. This router connected. What do you call connected? Then over here we have another router. I'll say R over here. Connected, connected, connected. Over here we have another router. Connected, connected. Okay. Over here we have another router. Connected, connected. Right. Now the devices are connected within each room. They are connected to each other. Is it clear? Within each room, they are connected to each other. Now what do I need to put on next step? They will communicate with all of them using a what? Who is going to manage all of them? Coordinator. So you choose a room where you're going to keep your coordinator. Which one should I keep it? You can keep it in any room. I think it will be best if I draw it. I'll draw it over. Maybe here, if I draw it, I can connect all of them. So I have my coordinator over here. Now what's going to happen? What's going to connect to the coordinators? The routers are going to connect to your coordinators. So this router connects to this coordinator. This router connects to this coordinator. This router connects to this coordinator. And then again, what did I do? What did I do? We have another connection over here. We have another connection over here. Right. Now all the gadgets are connected. Anything I have missed out? Have I missed out on anything, anybody? Shima Raishua, answer is no. Check and see, have I missed out on anything? The coordinators, the coordinator I put, the lighting panels I put, the routers I put. They also mentioned what? The PC through a USB connection. The lighting system will be controlled from the PC. So the PC should be connected to a what? If the PC is going to control the lighting system, the PC should be connected to the coordinator. So I'm going to have one more. You have your PC. Your PC is connected to your coordinator. The smartphone using Wi-Fi. So now what can you do? Through Wi-Fi, the smartphone will control the lighting system. So then what should I do? So I'll draw the smartphone in the same room or maybe in the next room. Everybody, we draw the smartphone over here. I'll just say SM. And the smartphone will be connected to the smartphone also wants to control these lighting devices. So it should also be connected to the coordinator. Smartphone should also be connected to the coordinator via Wi-Fi. It connects to the coordinator. Everybody okay with this? I feel like it's not okay. Okay, so everybody, one of the types of wireless connections, we went through so many wireless connections, right? What were they? The most powerful Wi-Fi connect, what do you call the most powerful wireless connection we learned was Wi-Fi. What are the others you all know of? We had Zigbee, we have Bluetooth, we have NFC, we have infrared. Okay, we have different wireless communication mediums. Okay, not mediums, media. We have different wireless communication media. Okay, when it comes to mediums, we had what? Signal towers use what to communicate with each other? They use microwaves. Our routers use radio waves. These remotes use infrared. Okay, right. So everybody, this is the diagram that we are supposed to draw. The lighting panels are connected to a router. The router is connected to a coordinator. Okay, right. So whatever, any panel that you want to control, you send the instruction to the coordinator. The coordinator will then send it to the relevant router. The router will then send it to the relevant lighting panel. Are we okay with this? Right. We are going to move away from here. The next question I want to do was question number 9 and question number 12. Oh, you guys need to hurry up. I have only 13 minutes. Question number 12. Can everyone scroll down to question 12? Question 12, please. 11, 12. A railway museum consists of 2 buildings and several outdoor exhibition spaces. Did you all understand that? There are 2 buildings and there are several stalls, outdoor exhibition spaces. The museum layout is shown in figure 2. Can you all see? You have the office, the museum office and entrance. Then you have an engine shed. Okay. And then on the right, left-hand side, you have various stalls. And the stalls are generally about how many spaces apart? The stalls, each stall is about 25 meters away, right, from each other. Okay, and how far away are they from the museum? The exhibition space, how far away is it from the museum? About 50 meters, right? Adil, shall I bring you in front and ask you to explain? Can you read the question again? We are talking about a railway museum. Okay, can you see where the office is? Okay, can you see where the exhibition space is? They have various exhibition spaces. Okay, right. Anyway, let's move down. The engine shed and outdoor exhibition spaces contain a variety of railway related items. Understood that? What is inside the engine shed? Kavish, what's inside the engine shed? I just read it out to you. Come on. What's inside the engine shed? Railway related equipment. Nothing to do with IT here. Inside your engine shed, all railway equipment is there. Inside the exhibition spaces also, what do we have? Railway equipment. The museum wants a new network to provide extra facilities for visitors. The design brief states that the network must. Wi-Fi should be available for all visitors. Where will visitors be? Where will visitors be? In the office, engine shed, or in the exhibition space? Exhibition spaces where they will be. They might come to the engine shed also. Okay. Have interactive touchscreens in the engine shed and outdoor exhibition spaces. You need to have a touchscreen where? In the exhibition space and in the engine shed. Allow museum staff to control the screen from the office. These touchscreens should be controlled from where? From the office. Allow the content being displayed to be altered from the office. Okay, the content being shown on the screen should be controlled from the office. Be robust and have minimum risk of outside interference. So everybody, how shall we do this? Draw and label a network diagram that will meet the design brief. Represent a wireless connection by a line of dashes. represent a cable connection by a solid line, indicate the cable types to be used. Use this simplified layout of the museum to draw your diagram. What do you all know now? Interactive screens will be where? We know about interactive screen. Where will interactive screens be placed? Engine shed, I'll draw it now itself. Interactive screen. I'll draw that now itself. Interactive screen. Interactive screen. And what is the other place? In the exhibition space. So I'll do one more over here. Interactive screen. From where will they be controlled? From the office. So I'll have a controlling computer over here. Controlling computer. Right. Controlling computer. Now tell me, what network equipment are you gonna use to control these two screens from the controlling equipment? What network equipment are you gonna use to control both these screens? Come on. I have two screens. I want to control them from the controlling computer. What can I use? I want to send data from the controlling computer to both these screens. What are the equipment you all know of? I mean, are you with me or what? What can they use? Guys, what are the network equipment you all know of? Tell me. Switch. Can a switch be used? A switch could be used. You can use a switch here. Did they say the same content? They never mentioned the same content, right? Yeah, they didn't say same content. If they said same content, you would go for what? Maybe a hub. They didn't say same content, so I'll go with a switch. So I'm going to draw a switch. What is wrong with this? Okay. So I'm going to draw a switch over here. Okay. I'll draw a switch over here. Switch. Now tell me, guys, wired connection or wireless connection? Wired connection from switch to controlling computer. Wired connection from interactive screen to switch. Wired connection from switch to interactive screen. Okay, right. What type of cable shall we use? They told us to mention the cable also, no? Indicate the cable type used. What type of cable shall we use? Sorry? Twisted pair cable, okay? I'll just say Cat 5, Cat 6 cable or Cat 7 cable. Cat 7 cable. Right. Then guys, what are the other equipment you know of? Yes, guys, what's the next equipment you know of? What else do you think we need to provide? So let's read this. Wi-Fi we haven't done yet. So what should I do for Wi-Fi? To have Wi-Fi, what do I need to have? I need to have internet, but to have internet, you need to have what equipment? You need a router. Where shall I keep the router? Where shall I keep the router? In the office. Good idea. I'll keep the router in the office. So I have a router in the office. Right. What do you think? One router, two routers, what do you think? We'll have one router, okay, no worries. Then what do we do? So what I'll do is I'll say ISP outside. ISP outside, internet service provider. Wired connection will be what? What's the cable here? Twisted pair cable or different cable here? Your router will be connected to the internet service provider using a fiber optic cable, right? You will be using a fiber optic cable. Fiber optic. Right. Then in the exhibition space, What are you going to provide in the exhibition space? I don't think the router, because you also write 25-meter gap. So you can't just expect a router to be sufficient enough. You need to have what? Wireless access points need to be placed, isn't it? How many shall we place? 2, top and bottom. Okay, I also agree with that. Maybe we can have 2 wireless access points or maybe 3. Okay, so we'll have WAP, WAP, WAP. How are you going to connect them? Sorry? How are you going to connect the wireless access points to the router? First tell me, wired or wireless? Obviously wired. Wireless access point, its benefit is what? What is the meaning of wireless access point? It provides wireless devices with a wired connection to the network. So it has to be wired. So tell me guys, what type of cable and where are you going to connect it to? Everybody, your router, how are you going to connect it to your wireless access point? Twisted pair is good enough. RJ44 you said, there's no RJ45. Okay. RJ45 means twisted pair cable. Okay. You can use a twisted pair cable, but how? Through what? The router is going to connect to the switch, and then from the switch you're going to connect to the wireless access point, isn't it? Everybody, you're going to connect the router to your switch. Router to switch. Router will be connected to the switch. Then these access points will connect to the same switch. Is it clear? These access points will connect to the same switch. What cable are we using here? Again, Cat6 cable or Cat7 cable. Now we spoke about Wi-Fi, right? We need to indicate Wi-Fi. So I'll draw a smartphone, for example, over here. Smartphone. How would this smartphone connect to the wireless access point? Via? Smartphone and wireless access point would connect via Wi-Fi. So for Wi-Fi is wireless, right? For wireless, we need to draw a dotted line, isn't it? So I'll draw a dotted line and mention over here it is Wi-Fi. Okay. So now everything is connected to each other. Come on guys, soon. I'm going to start the quiz also now. Everybody, many of you are not having any answers for me. I'm asking all basic, simple questions. What are the network components? No answer. What type of cable to use? Well, no answer. Mostly from this side, I'm getting answers. No answers from this side at all, except for Senuka, right? Adil, what's happening? No? Everybody, guys, also one more thing. I don't think tomorrow we will be having ICT class. Okay, I'm having an errand to attend to tomorrow. Okay, so most probably it will not be there. Now only you're smiling. All this time you're looking down and waiting. When I was asking him questions, he was looking down and waiting all this time. Okay, anyway, good to know. Okay. Most probably, okay, because I need to be somewhere else in the morning and I think it might take time for me to finish it. So most probably I'll confirm in the evening on the group, okay? Latest by today evening, I don't know, 6, 7 o'clock, I'll confirm whether we're having ICT or not, IT or not, okay? Everybody, can we start the